There is something about light novels and isekai genre that makes me feel more attached to the anime. When we rule out the overall factor of the anime itself, light novel series which are adapted to anime tends to have a deeper world buildings. That time I got reincarnated as a slime or a Slime Isekai is no different. Fuse, the author of the series, designed the world in an old-fashioned style where monsters, demons, humans are actually lived in the same era. As the story unfolds, we saw the fates of each race intertwined and created political intrigues and legends to be told. Slime Isekai is an anime series about the world's legendary beings, and on the second season we will witness the journey of Rimuru Tempest, the strongest slime that ever lived and the fate that awaits him.
ユニークスキル、捕食者を使用しますか? Yes!
On the first season, the story told us about the founding of the Jura Tempest Federation, as we saw Rimuru acted as the leader of this coalition of monsters. Rimuru Tempest, as we all know, was a human transported to the fantasy world as a slime, thus the level of isekai genre on the anime series. But that connection to the real world did not stop there. The show created a bond between Earth, Rimuru's previous world, to the current world he lives in. By creating other characters in the series who came from Earth as well, Slime Isekai made a connecting bridge between these different worlds, and that formula worked really well. Take an example of Shizu, which has a different fate compared to Rimuru. The presence of Shizu and her life story brought a heartwarming moment to the series, and we were introduced to a different tone from a variety of visual jokes presented in the anime. As much as I appreciated the fascinating story, season 1 ended with more mysteries and tales waiting to be discovered. I was waiting for Veldora's release day because of Jura Tempest, the legendary dragon, was Rimuru's first friend ever in the new fantasy world. On top of that, Veldora is not just any dragon. He is the infamous being and considered as one of the only 4 true dragons of the world. So the emergence of the infamous being to the fantasy world surely will bring a handful of surprising moments. The series pacing never got too big or too fast, nor did it spend time doing nothing. Something was always happening, and everything was leading to a crucial point. There was never a wasted episode, a pointless scenario, or a useless piece of information. I have to agree that keeping a story engaging while still preventing it from becoming overwhelming is not an easy task. Nevertheless, Slime Isekai pulled it off like it was second nature. As a result, this series had great action, exciting plot developments, and fun characters. Speaking of characters, that time I got reincarnated as a slime, or Tensei Shitara for short, portrayed a slime as its main protagonist. A slime which always becomes the first monster you beat during early levels in RPG. Yes, the idea is so bizarre, but it was also original. Unlike other tropes where you would see a magical handsome knight who can do any magic spells, Rimuru is just a slime, but unlike any other slime out there, Rimuru Tempest character is indeed fascinating. Well, to be fair, there's no other slime yet in the anime so far. And as I mentioned before, there are a lot of characters in the series, starting from the monsters, goblins, direwolves, dwarves, ogres, orcs, and many others. One of the challenges when you put a variety of characters in one series is creating the connection and uniqueness to each and every single race in the world. This is exactly where the Tensei Shitara does the job pretty well. The series' slow pacing in telling the stories actually helped me understand the background of each community. All of them have a solid foundation of what they're doing. Their presence was all well written to serve the series a purpose, and not just filling an empty spot of a villain or a damsel in distress. Furthermore, when talking about Rimuru as a character, it is an incredible fact that the show has one of the best main protagonists. Rimuru also won Crunchyroll's awards as the best protagonist in 2019. A few reasons for that would be the amazing writing of the character. Rimuru is not just a powerhouse of a character. He is indeed strong, but he is also friendly and has a good sense of humor. Sure, his objective and the way he sees the world, where he wants to create peace for all creatures, sounds a bit of a cliché, but it actually serves its purpose really well. During the first season, Rimuru's influence grew stronger, and that was not merely because of his strength, but also his timely negotiation with stronger opponents won him the title as the leader and created alliances between different parties. If you have seen the trailer for the second season and the original video animation of the series as well, you probably realize that there will be new characters making appearances, and honestly, I can't wait to see more characters joining Rimuru's party. The soundtrack of the anime series actually pretty lighthearted and it actually fits the series tone as well. I couldn't find an especially memorable track that got stuck in my head, but as a whole, the soundtrack is fairly good and pleasant to listen to, with a very nonchalant and relaxing vibe that is tailor-made for Rimuru's personality. 2021 is going to start with a big bang for sure. The second season of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime is confirmed will be broken up into 2 different parts. The first core will be premiering in January as part of the winter 2021 anime season, and following a break in the spring, the second half of the season 2 will be making its debut in July 2021 as part of the next summer season. How the story goes for the next season will be a treat for all Slime fans. Slime Isekai is not a new genre of anime for sure, nor that it presented a unique story. Yes, it is about someone being transported to a new world with the powerful skills and power. But Studio 8-bit did their job nicely on this series, and you know that I'm always rooting for a strong protagonist with a little bit of harem genre. Slime Isekai delivered a good amount of punches during the first season, and I can't wait to see the second season this year. I wonder what kind of surprises will we get. And as silly as its title might be, That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime actually gives a good summary for both its main protagonist and main content. It's an honest, charming little adventure that pulls no punches and decides to just go straight ahead for what it promised the viewers. And it's more than meets the eyes. Unlike so many of its peers, Slime Isekai always tries to do new things and explore new possibilities with its gimmick and initial selling point. And I can say that it succeeds at almost every turn. For the final score, I would give this anime a 9 out of 10. It is a must-watch series for all isekai anime fans out there. If you guys like this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more anime weekly videos. Until then, stay safe and arigatou gozaimasu.